Hey everybody, it's Andrew here and welcome back to my channel. So in this video we have an update from Representative AOC discussing what's happening with the stimulus package and what we expect to happen next. Now this will have implications in regards to getting stimulus checks for seniors done and potentially social security changes going forward as well. So let's discuss the details, but before we jump into it, do me a quick favor. As always, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and share this channel with anyone who you think might find this helpful. This is a community for seniors, and my job here is to be a voice for you and be a voice for seniors to make sure President Biden keeps his promise to increase Social Security benefits, increase SSI and SSDI, and even approve a stimulus check for seniors in this next stimulus package as well. So thank you so much for being a part of our community. I really appreciate your support. So if you've been following my videos, you know that we're trying to get a stimulus check for seniors. Bernie Sanders is pushing for that, and this would apply to people on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and Medicare as well. And to be quite honest with you, the last couple of weeks have been a little bit slow when it comes to negotiations, but just last night, AOC gave an interview giving her thoughts on what's happening with Joe Manchin, Kyrsten Sinema, negotiations on the package, and the potential for doing kind of chunks of the package, not getting the entire thing done, but still getting most of this package done by the end of the year, and hopefully including the check for seniors, and hopefully this would set the stage for getting Social Security changes done as well. So the reality is, though, we're probably not going to get a massive change when it comes to Social Security until this Build Back Better package gets done first. So the soonest that gets done, the sooner we can move on to helping seniors with Social Security, and the Build Back Better package has a lot of things for seniors as well. Lowering prescription drug prices, expanding affordable housing, expanding Medicare to include vision, dental, and hearing potentially, doing a direct stimulus check for seniors that Bernie Sanders is trying to include in this package. So there's a lot of things for seniors in this current package. Of course, now we're wondering what's actually going to be included. And quite frankly, with Joe Manchin looking like basically an immovable object, will this even get done at all? Or is Biden going to have to completely change his plans and do a different package? But with that said, folks, in this video, I'm going to play this clip from AOC. It's an interview giving her thoughts on what's happening with negotiations and what they expect to happen next. And although I know a lot of you guys don't like AOC, quite frankly, she is an advocate for seniors. She advocates to increase Social Security. She advocates to do stimulus checks for seniors. So although she's a bit too progressive for a lot of people who watch my videos, she's a bit too liberal. For a lot of people who watch my videos, not everybody, despite that, she really does support seniors, and she supports the things that we're fighting for on this channel. She supports a stimulus check for seniors. She supports increasing Social Security, SSI, and SSDI. So again, although you might not agree with everything she does, she is a strong advocate for seniors and for those who are disabled. So with that said, folks, please stick around. Let's take a look, see what AOC had to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.
Our Build Back Better plan is paid for. It doesn't increase the deficit. And maybe the best news of all, it will actually help alleviate inflation. The Build Back Better plan lowers prices for families and gets people working.
The president met with some of the nation's top CEOs today as he tries to salvage major components of his stalled agenda. Still with us, New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Congresswoman, what is your reaction when you hear some in your party, some in the media, already blaming the left for the midterms defeat that seems to be coming your party's way and for Biden's low approval ratings? What do you say to their argument that Joe Biden went too far left in his first year, he was too ambitious, or as your House colleague Abigail Spanberger has said, nobody elected him to be FDR?
Well, I think folks like that, what they don't want to admit is that Biden has governed pretty much exactly the way they have asked him to. But the problem is that the way they have asked him to govern has been to slow down, not do too much. And we are now seeing the political consequences of not directly improving people's lives quickly. And so, I can't really point, unfortunately, I can't point to any major move that President Biden...
I think we may have lost the Congresswoman there. We'll see if we can get her back. We're in such an important answer there, talking about Biden's. I want to hear what she was about to say. What move was she about to point to? Let's see if we can get her back. Otherwise, we will...
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Hello?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Let's see if our viewers can hear.
Great.
You're back.
Sorry
It was
about that.
you stopped at the most cryptic moment. You said, I can't point to one thing, and then you
Okay.
disappeared. So let's hear what that one thing was.
Well, here's the thing. I can't point to one major agenda where progressives or this so-called left sidelined the action of the party in some dramatic fashion that can lead to this. I mean, the moderate end of the party has received everything that they have wanted from President Biden, including President Biden as the nominee himself. They got their president, they got their agenda, they got their sequence, they got their infrastructure plan with no BBB. They got all of it. And I can't really point to any real substantive or serious or intellectually rigorous argument as to anything that the progressive wing has done, aside from supporting President Biden, oftentimes more than the moderate wing of the party has, in a way that could lead to sinking poll numbers. There's just, when you don't change people's lives, people get upset. And we can improve people's lives. We can forgive student loan debt, and we can improve his poll numbers while we're at it.
Yeah, last time I checked, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema were not self-styled socialists. What do you want to see happen to Build Back Better now? Is it dead? Because last night, former Obama advisor David Plouffe told me on this show that the Dems now basically have to just give Manchin what he wants, put what he wants in it, lose the rest. If you have to break it into chunks, do it. But you pass it and you run on whatever gets passed in November. Do you agree with that strategy?
Well, the complication with that is that that's already been done with Build Back Better. Manchin issued really a laundry list of requests and demands and changes to what he wanted to Build Back Better. The first, that was the story of 2020. He wanted it decoupled. He wanted it shrunk. He wanted it changed. And he was essentially catered to throughout this entire process. The issue that we have is that every day, Senator Manchin wakes up, he has a different demand, and he wants to start over from scratch every single day. And so that is a quite difficult position to work with. This idea of just give him what he wants. He has been given everything that he wants. And so I believe that what the president, some avenues, not just the president, but the party, that we really need to explore what are the alternative measures to either bring Senator Manchin to the table, or how do we start exploring elements of Biden's agenda that can move forward without, without Senator Manchin.
And of course, Joe Manchin blocked his own voting rights bill last week. The bill that he wrote, he blocked it from going through. So a point taken. Last quick question. We're almost out of time, but I have to ask. You recently recovered from COVID after a trip to Florida. What did you make of the whole bizarre furore on the right from Republicans, from Fox, on your COVID diagnosis, and that you weren't wearing a mask on vacation outdoors, and you went on vacation to a red state, Florida? How dare you? You even had Governor Ron DeSantis' team trying to make hay with it.
Well, I mean, I can really tell you for sure how many of those Republicans fly into my airport and my district in New York City and LaGuardia Airport to come in and beg New Yorkers for money, and to come into my state, come into my district all the time, to grovel at the hands of their donors. And Republicans do not own states just because they happen to have won a gubernatorial election. And not only that, but I can tell you that the people of Florida certainly seem very revved up and ready to go to organize for the 2022 midterm elections. And I'd be more than happy to return to the state of Florida to really help them organize.